Ladies and gentlemen, they are taking the waste from the chemical disaster that occurred in East Palestine, Ohio, and they're moving it to other states. And as residents find out, they're getting very upset. Michigan is one state that they've moved some of this waste to. Indiana is another. And they said it could be several more states that gets this toxic waste. And there's a lot of people not happy. So let's get into this one, y'all. Mm-mm-mm. So, Ohio toxic train disaster leads to more concerns in other states, while scientists say chemical tests in East Palestine are unusually high. And, historically, they always have these waste dumps conveniently next to Black communities. America is notorious for that. So, the aftermath of the toxic train wreck in Ohio keeps spreading to more states as scientists say tests in East Palestine shows unusually high chemical levels. And, the people continue to say they feel sick. You got a choice. You can sit there and continue to be sick or try your best to get out of there. So, Indiana Governor Eric Holcomb is the latest out of state official to said he was stunned to learn hazardous waste from Norfolk Southern train derailment was headed to his state. After learning third hand that the materials may be transported to our state yesterday, I directed my environmental director to reach out to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. This is what he said in a written statement Tuesday. Materials should go to the nearest facility, not moved from far east side of Ohio into the west side of Indiana, Holcomb said. I want to know exactly what precautions will be taken in transporting and disposing of the materials. After surprise shipments of hazardous waste to Texas and Michigan. Wow. See, this is the first time now I knew about Michigan. I knew about Michigan, but this is the first time I'm hearing about Texas getting this waste. The EPA approved two sites in Ohio to handle safe disposal of the waste. Another two sites, Heritage Environmental Services, Hazardous Waste Landfill in Rochdale, Indiana, and Ross Incineration Services in Grafton, Ohio, will receive contaminated waste starting Tuesday. EPA Region 5 Administrator Deborah Shore said Monday. She said Indiana officials and state partners were notified before the EPA approved the shipment of any waste from the derailment of the state or district. US EPA Administrator Michael Regan said the agency is developing measures to give authorities the heads up about incoming waste shipments and to keep Norfolk Southern accountable for the waste material that's being moved. So, y'all, ultimately, you don't know where this is ending up. You're talking about three states so far, but it can be way more. At the end of the day, it could be several states dealing with this toxic waste. Mm, mm, mm. On the other side of Ohio, the Pennsylvania Department of Health is opening a health resource center in Beaver County so residents can talk about public health and talk to experts. Sign up to have their well water tested and learn about available resources from professionals there to help. This is according to their governor, Josh Shapiro, on Tuesday. Yes, because, Ohio and Pennsylvania are next to each other, and people in Pennsylvania that live near that Ohio border are also experiencing symptoms. Okay, so Beaver County is just across the state border from East Palestine, a village of 5,000 struggling to understand the full breadth of consequences from the February 3rd toxic train wreck. And remember, it burned for several days after that, chemicals going up in the air, which they call vinyl chloride. So, a health assessment clinic there has seen more than 130 people since it opened its doors a week ago. The Ohio Department of Health says the clinic aims to take stock of the ailments residents are experiencing and help connect them with available local resources. So, people are just saying the same things. East Palestine residents are still reporting rashes, headaches, nausea, and bloody noses since the derailment occurred on February 6th, controlled release and burning of vinyl chloride. And I heard the governor went there and he ended up injuring his leg while he was visiting East Palestine. He said he stepped on something, so he injured his leg. All right, so this just looks bad all over. You know, I did not know a governor did not have any say on whether waste would come to their state or not. And Michigan, I mean, Michigan and Texas? Wow. So there have been many residents here who have indicated that they worry about the residual and some dust and some particles, Reagan said. While we don't believe there are any adverse health impacts, I mean, how can you say this to people that are showing signs of illness in homes and businesses? It relates to the derailment. This is an additional step that we're taking to alleviate concerns and lower the angst. Yeah, but let's say you're right that it tested clean in the house. Don't these people still got to go out? Don't they still have to go out? I just don't understand the logic in that. So they're saying more private well water is being tested. So, Ohio officials said the East Palestine municipal water supply is safe to drink, citing multiple tests and the fact that the municipal water comes from 5 wells encased in steel deep underground. But health officials warn using private well water should get tested before using it. So, across the border in Pennsylvania, the State Department of Environmental Protection has collected samples from nearly every private well in the state within 1 mile of the derailment site, the governor said. The goal is to independently verify the safety of the water in Pennsylvania, Shapiro said. He reiterated that Norfolk Southern will pay for the entire cost of the cleanup, including reimbursing Pennsylvania County Fire Department for equipment that was damaged or contaminated while responding to the derailment. So we shall see. I don't know. I don't blame these residents in other states for being upset that this stuff is being dumped, and you have to wonder what is it going to do in those states. Wow. These people sure don't know how to handle a disaster. But y'all, please tell me what you think about this story. Let me know if you're in one of the states that is receiving the toxic dump from East Palestine. So, Indiana, Texas, Michigan, and they're putting the waste in two different locations within Ohio. But they're saying it could be more locations, could be more states getting this waste. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.